Well, there's never a shortage of shows or sights and sounds throughout this city, but for the next few hours, all eyes are glued to Allegiant Stadium here in Las Vegas.
Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Arizona Cardinals
and the Las Vegas Raiders.
The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2.
Hunter Renfrow to return it from his end zone.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 25.
Carry for the former Pro Bowler, Josh Jacobs.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the game's first play, and it's second down now. From the gun, it's Carr. That's caught by his tight end, Foster Moreau. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give them 12 yards that time, and a Las Vegas first. Well, the first drive here, and the first time that we've called the big tight end's name, but I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last.
No, it won't, because when he gets going, now it opens up opportunities on the perimeter because that'll draw the defense towards him in the middle of the field. Now your wide receivers will get involved as this game goes on.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10.
And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43.
Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
On first down, they go with Jacobs again. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
The Raiders are 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1, and they were able to get that road victory in the opener. Now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it Week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business.
12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. Carr going to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Adams. No gain on the play. And it's second down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Back to the running game with Jacobs. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Count me as a little bit surprised by what we just saw there because this has been a pretty long drive, and normally you think that wears down a defense. In this case, it looked like the offensive line let them down a little bit.
Yeah, allowed the penetration and the ability to stuff them for a loss. Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. He's got a man open. It's Hunter Renfrow. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 13-yard line. Into the red zone. It's Carr.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted.
And now off to the races down the right side. 20. And they will score. It's a pick-6 for the Cardinals touchdown.
So just a tremendous play there defensively on this opening drive. Not just to make the interception, but to take it all the way home.
And it felt like this was a defense that was on its heels a bit to start this thing off.
Yeah, they pretty much let the other guys march right down the field until that moment.
Yeah, key play there. Turned it all around. Big moment.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
But I think the ball's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. You can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. Carr now on first down. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He'll buy some time right, and he slings one that's incomplete.
Martin, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Carr now to throw. He'll swing that out wide to Jacobs. And some room to run now. He'll get it inside the 20. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Shotgun now for Carr. He'll get this underneath to Jacobs. And here he'll get it down to the 7. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Now Carr. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. J.J. Watt that time able to do what he does best, and that's sack the quarterback.
There's a lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback. They held him without a sack in week 1, but how about here? Finally gets his first one of the season.
In the offseason, said he changed his diet, leaner, feels so good this year. Excited to see what type of a season he can have. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks will tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Now the NFL's leader in rushing touchdowns last year is James Conner. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. To throw is Murray. Screen pass to Conner. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That goes for 14 yards. First down, Cardinals.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. And boy, again, they won't get this off in time. So a little tardy getting everyone set, and the clock hits 0 before they could snap it.
Yeah, you can take your time and use the clock and try and get set up, but once it gets near 5 seconds, that's when you often hear a quarterback yelling, hurry, hurry, to make sure everybody's ready to get the snap off.
Murray now. And complete to Zach Ertz. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Ertz certainly proved he's still got some juice left after midseason trade to Arizona. Immediately came in and produced with over 500 yards in 11 games, and he's being counted on as a key piece for the Cards moving forward. And he gets him a first down there.
And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. Neil Farrell in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Murray a give. This is Conner. And he gets it down to the 32. I was pretty surprised there when they lined up to run it on 2nd and long, but it worked out for him.
It certainly did, and that requires some confidence, some fortitude, and a little bit of hope, doesn't it? You hope you catch the defense just right and break off a big run to help yourself out on the next down.
Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And this will stay a 4-point game. Well, listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their background. They were all county, all state, at other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well.
And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. So he stopped for no gain, and that's going to bring up second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Throwing again on second down. Carr. He hits Adams, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. This is caught. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, he just did the tip of the ball across the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set.
And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. Derek Carr, his second touchdown on the season. And the Raiders have taken the lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
On 1st and 10 is counter. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. And they'll send the slot in motion left. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Murray. Finding his target, it's Trey McBride. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 40.
A nice chunk play from the tight end position, and it illustrates the cohesiveness that he and his quarterback have. Both saw the extra defender doubling him up, and they still combined for the completion and big gain.
Murray now on 1st down. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
And he is such a tough quarterback to defend because you got to remember, arguably, he's more dangerous outside the pocket than he is in it. But how about the job they did defensively to stay with the receiver and knock the ball away? I think they had a sigh of relief there because oftentimes when he gets outside the pocket, big plays result downfield.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Throwing now is Murray. Escaping the pressure right. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. Decent gain on the scramble of 6, but now it's 4th.
Like any team playing, they're looking for touchdowns to try and help their cause. But in this case, he does get them a little closer at least. If they think a field goal turns out to be the better call here.
Prater's kick is good, and that will knot us up at 10. So he missed his first attempt, remember, but this time he gets back on the bike and knocks it home.
Yeah, and sometimes that first one can really impact you moving forward. It can just stay with you too long and affect everything else you do during the game. In this case, though, able to shake it off. He's riding high again.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Marco Wilson. And the Cards are going to take possession of the football.
You can easily see the logic. It's a tie game. They just wanted to press it a little bit right before the half, hoping to get one more score.
Yeah, easy to second-guess the result, but now you have to think after that interception, just a field goal, and they're behind at the break.
Yeah, I think at the half, the head coach just says, look, that's on me. I wanted to press it, but it's because I believe in you guys.
Connor up the middle. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. To throw, it's Murray. He's going to air one out for Anderson. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Cardinals. Robbie Anderson, 41 yards. And the Cardinals will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point good by Prater, and that makes it a 17-10 score.
17. Raiders 10. Matt Prater to kick off for Arizona.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Taken at the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation, either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. The backup Stidham, his first throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Carr. The open man here, Renfro. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. The kick by Carlson is good, but now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Cardinals out in front. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this is going to be returned from middle of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. This offense set to begin the third quarter, and Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one, so now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game, and down the stretch, being able to be balanced, either throw it or run it, and try and win this ball game.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
Here's Murray from midfield. And this will be swung out here for counter. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Oh, he's got some. The ball comes out, and the Raiders pick it up. So we thought maybe they would have a chance to extend this lead on the opening drive of the second half. Instead, they cough it up.
Obviously not an ideal start when you're trying to get a little separation, and I can guarantee that they talked about that in the locker room. Let's get out there, start this quarter the right way. Let's try and put some points on the board and create some space.
So after the fumble recovery, it's Carr. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
Well, they got the lead, but it's certainly not a big one. And how do you keep control of that lead? Certainly not by that last play there. They gave up a big sack on the first play of this drive. Now it's double the distance to the first down marker.
On second down, Jacobs. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. 81 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Caught the defense off guard there a bit on second and long, but now you still have to deal with third and long.
Yeah, you do, but you feel pretty good about the last play, don't you? And maybe it gives you a little bit of confidence dialing up the next one, and maybe your team will believe in it when you send it in.
Here's Carr to throw. And he's taken down. Back at his his own 7. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here and try and gain that yardage back.
It's just a 30-yard punt that time, no return. And the Cardinals, great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. And that is incomplete.
We know he has a lot of confidence in his arm and likes to force it downfield, but the coverage was tight there. Fortunate it wasn't picked off.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Here's Murray. That's complete to McBride. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
Third and 2, and here's Murray. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. Murray now to throw. Touchdown! DeAndre Hopkins, his first touchdown of the new season as his guys are able to extend their lead. Prater for the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11.
Raiders 13.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. From his end zone, here's Renfro. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Carr's throw pulled in by Renfro. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now. To throw, it's Carr. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And the Cardinals are going to take possession of the football. When I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad. You got shoot and get some points.
He's going deep for Brown. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
I thought that was a completed pass until he came in and forced the ball from his hands. Not only did he make a nice play, he brings up 4th down.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, they got the turnover in great field position, but unable to do anything with it. And they're left taking the easy 3 on the field goal.
Yeah, you're right about that. A great chance at a short field touchdown. On a sudden change, you take the ball away. You expect your offense to put it into the end zone, but they'll take the 3 for now, even if they feel just a little bit let down.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
False start there. That will set the offense back 5 yards.
Brandon, the lineman certainly flinched there before the snap. A good call.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Carr going to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked up by Marco Wilson.
And they will score. It's a pick 6 for the Cardinals touchdown.
And, Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick 6.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. And as confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
From his end zone, here's Renfro. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition,
and my goodness, another interception.
Isaiah Simmons picking it off. Well, there's two sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard. But also, you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player. You have to know the situation.
After the turnover, here's Murray.
On the slant, complete to Hopkins.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Second and 5.
Here's Murray. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, fourth quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
Murray going to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. Zach Ertz, an 11-yard touchdown.
And the Cardinals up the lead to 4 scores now here in this fourth quarter.
Now Prater to add the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Cardinals 41, Raiders 13. Prater to kick off.
And after the touchdown, out is Prater to kick.
This taken in at the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. They go with Jacobs. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they work this well upfield across the 45. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now Carr. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And now a hook up downfield on 2nd down. Touchdown, Raiders!
He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the fourth quarter after that one, CD. And he looked right off the line like he knew that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already, it actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances and definitely play with more confidence because he certainly saw something he could exploit in the defense and make sure to let his quarterback know. Just get it to me. And the rest was all up to him, and he delivered and made it a 3-score game.
On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. Fielded right around the 8.
The return. The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the fourth quarter, Charles, but you got the football, you're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the fourth, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes.
Who can blame him?
Another catch for him there. This one good for 11. First down. Murray to air it out again. Screen pass to Connor. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. Looking to throw again on second down. Murray letting one go deep for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
From the gun on third down, Murray. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. This will be from 56 yards out. And he missed it. It's no good. And they will not be able to add on to their 20-point lead. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the fourth quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Throwing his car on third down. Catch made, it's Moreau. And he is stopped just short on third down. Got 9 yards, but needed 10. Now Carr, gotta have this one. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Into the red zone, it's Carr. Touchdown! Foster Moreau. A 20-yard touchdown. And the Raiders have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. So now Carr, he'll lead the Raiders up to go for 2. Now Carr. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion. Caught in the end zone. And that cuts the lead a bit further. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. They run behind center with Connor. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It'll go as a gain of 12, and that should just about wrap this one up. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter. Back to throw it, Murray. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10. On the handoff. some space here. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Things looking much rosier for them here in week 2. They work with the lead as they've got it 1st and 10.
From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Zach Ertz. His second touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year.
And the Cardinals have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter.
Extra point good by Prater. And that will make this a 19-point game.
Cardinals 48, Raiders 29. Matt Prater to kick off for Arizona.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick.
From his end zone, here's Renfro. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that.
He's got a man complete.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for the Cardinals, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll return home next week to take on the L.A. Rams.
Meanwhile, for Las Vegas,
they will fall to 1-1. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Nashville.